Hello and welcome to this week's episode of The Winning Post. I'm Mandira Lalwani. And before going any further, a quick look at what's coming up.
In this episode, we check on the biggest race in Africa, the Durban July at Greyville, and back to India for the Maharaja's Gold Cup and many more races from the Bangalore Turf Club. The Durban July Handicap is a South African thoroughbred horse race held annually on the first Saturday of July since 1897 at Greyville Racecourse in Durban. The Durban July Handicap is open to horses of all ages. It is South Africa's premier horse racing event and currently offers a purse of 2.5 million rand, approximately $360,000. First held in July of 1897 at a distance of 1 mile. The distance was modified several times until 1970, when it was changed to its current 2,200 meters. Africa celebrates its biggest horse race, the Group 1 Durban July, in style on Saturday the 1st of July at Greyville on the Indian Ocean coast city. The field includes many of South Africa's top horses, including last year's winner, the Conglomerate. Callan Murray returns from a temporary assignment in Hong Kong to ride the Conglomerate, a 5-year-old gelding by Lonhro by trainer Joey Ramsden. Marinaesco and French Navy are among other familiar names in the field of 18.
10-gun salute, a good position. Saratoga dances right there, safe harbour. Black Arthur's just off them. There's 5 of them in a line. Safe harbour with the red cap. Crambambuli gets over. They're followed by Al Sahem. Al Sahem's a little bit strong at the rail. It's My Turn is on the outside. Then comes Brazuca. There's only 5 lengths from first to the middle of the field at this stage. Mr. Winsome out to check. They're followed on the outside of that one. There is Edict of Nant. Edict of Nant's about 7 lengths off them. Then Nightingale, Black Arthur. Marinaesco's further back in the field. Then comes French Navy, Master Sabina. Pagoda on the outside. And Horizon trails 15 lengths off the leader. It's My Turn, takes them along. There's no pace on in the Vodacom Durban July. Leaning it by 2, Crambambuli second. Safe Harbour's the red cap, then Brazuca Conglomerate. They're followed by Al Sahem. Edict of Nant is only 4 lengths off the leader at this stage. Racing around them, then Saratoga Dancer, Mr. Winsome. Black Arthur's on the outside. Marinaesco 8 lengths off the leader as It's My Turn continues to control the pace. Further back, Pagoda, then Tilbury Fort, Master Sabina and French Navy. Horizon's the trailer. There's a tremor of excitement. They homeward bound in the Vodacom Durban July. It's My Turn, the Conglomerate, Crambambuli. El Sahem starts a run. Edict of Nant on the outside. Brazuca's right there. 10-gun salutes trying to put in a claim. And it's Crambambuli the leader. It's My Turn. El Sahem. Nightingale. Edict of Nant. Horizon on the outside. Black Arthur. Marinaesco. Crambambuli. El Sahem. It's close. Nightingale. Marinaesco. Marinaesco and El Sahem. They went over the line as one. Very, very close.
Cape trainer Candice Bast Robinson won the 2017 renewal of the 4.25 million rand Grade 1 Vodacom Durban July at Greyville, with her father Mike's co-owned Marinaesco under Bernard Fade Herb, with a 4-year-old Silvano gelding carrying top weight of 60 kilos. Marinaesco held off the 3-year-old challenge from Al Sahem with 53.5 kgs under Samango Kumalo, and Edict of Nance with 54 kgs under Anton Marcus, with the margins ahead and 1/4 length.
Ready, 2,200 meters. They on their way. It's time for guts and glory, and that wasn't a bad beginning. And the Conglomerate is right there. 10-gun salute, a good position. Saratoga dances right there. Safe harbour. Black Arthur's just off them. There's 5 of them in a line. Homeward bound in the Vodacom Durban July. It's My Turn. The Conglomerate. Crambambuli. El Sahem starts to run. Edict of Nant on the outside. Brazuca's right there. 10 gun salutes trying to put in a claim. And it's Crambambuli the leader. It's my turn. El Sahem, Nightingale, Edict of Nant, Horizon on the outside. Black Arthur, Marinaesco, Crambambuli, El Sahem, it's close. Nightingale, Marinaesco. Marinaesco and El Sahem, they went over the line as one. Very, very close.
The weather was pleasant and was in favour of the Bangalore Turf Club to have the races smoothly. On Saturday, 8th July, was the HB Gundappa Memorial Cup, a Class 2 race over 1400 metres and had 13 horses on the card. Gregory Sandhu saddled 2 horses in this race. Rebel Nation, who was second in the Chettinad stud plate on the 11th of June, would be looking for a winning spot here with R. Rayan Ahmed on his back. And El Phoenix would have YS Srinath in the saddle. Gypsy, trained by Irfan Ghatala, who was 5th in the YS Surender Memorial Cup on the 18th of June, would be looking to improve on that performance with Nazirul Alam in the saddle.
Red Secret Dimension Summerhill is the one which is holding the fence, close to about 2 behind. Comes the next is Racing Fire. Bonfire is not far behind, being tracked on the outside by Frenemy as they head past the 800-meter marker. El Phoenix keeping company towards the rail side is Topaz, Ravel Nation, Avarua, and a close last, close to about a length behind is Force and Sign. The homeward bound for this HP Gundappa Memorial Cup as they first begin to negotiate the win and straighten up for the final run. And Gypsy is the one which comes to know first, the leader, close to about 2.5 in front of Tax Free in second. Right on the haunches is Amazing Red, then comes Samael. Secret Dimension being produced about 2 wide off the fence. Bonfire, then comes Ravel Nation. Racing Fire is hemmed up for room in between runners, but inside the final 200 meters, it's still up there in front of Gypsy, but shortening his stride from Bonfire. Tax Free towards the rail side, and the one which is catching up on the outside is Ravel Nation. Gypsy from Ravel Nation, Gypsy from Ravel Nation, Gypsy from Ravel Nation. It's Ravel Nation, Gypsy, El Phoenix. Then comes
Gypsy was rushed to the front by apprentice Nazirul Alam, but the progeny of Burden of Proof was caught up with in the final moments of the race by Rebel Nation with a large charge to pass the winning post. El Phoenix got the better of Force and Sign to get the 3rd place.
status orders, and off they go for the running of the 3rd race of the afternoon, the HP Gundappa Memorial Cup. Lovely even dispatched by all the runners. Tax Free it is, leads the field by about 3/4 to a length in front of Amazing Red. Then comes Secret Dimension, and one on the outside as Gypsy puts in a fast run to be well up at the front runners. Secret Dimension being produced about 2 wide off the fence. Bonfire, then comes Ravel Nation. Racing Fire is hemmed up for room in between runners, but inside the final 200 meters, it's still up there in front of Gypsy, but shortening his stride from Bonfire. Tax Free towards the rail side, and the one which is catching up on the outside is Ravel Nation. Gypsy from Ravel Nation, Gypsy from Ravel Nation, Gypsy from Ravel Nation. It's Ravel Nation, Gypsy, El Phoenix.
Up next was the feature event, the Squanderer Trophy, a Class 1 race over 1400 meters and had 11 horses on the card. Baracchus, trained by S. Padmanabhan, does well when he is given a chance to run at his own pace in the early part of the race and then shaken up for the task in the straight and would have A. Sandesh holding his reins. Speedhawk from Warren Singh's yard is shaped to steal the race as he has a good break over the rest and had R. Rayan Ahmed on his back.
There is Baracchus in the center. Ace Badran Michael is moving up on the outside, drops of Jupiter as they head towards the 900-meter marker, and then there's Baracchus and the Ayrton bringing up the rear. Back to the leader now. Saladin continues to lead this field from Speedhawk. Then there is Pearl Reward. Michael is running into 4th. Rafa is towards the rails there. Top spot comes in next. After that there's Integrated slightly dropping back along the rails there. Drops of Jupiter. Ace Badran, Baracchus and Ayrton has now joined the pack as they begin to negotiate the turn heading past the 500. Speedhawk and Saladin together on the straight. Rafa looking for a rails run, getting a few cracks to go for it. And then there is Michael is also coming up well from the outside. But Speedhawk is about a length and a half to 2 in front of Saladin. And Michael coming up well on the outside. Then there is Rafa, after that is Baracchus, but Speedhawk is about a length and a half in front of Baracchus and Rafa. Speedhawk from Baracchus flying on the outside, and it's going to be Baracchus on the outside from Speedhawk. Rafa comes in only third, after that there is Michael Saladin.
After a couple of below-par efforts last week, leading pro Sandesh came into his own, recording a nourishing double. Sandesh timed his challenge to a nicety on Baracchus to enable the son of Razin to score a narrow win over Speedhawk. Rafa held off Michaela for the third place. The third race on Sunday the 9th of July was the NM Lingaraju Memorial Trophy, a race over 1400 meters and had 13 horses at the starting gates. Magical Dancer, trained by Samar Singh, who had a disappointing 8th in the Lumbini stud plate on the 18th of June, would be looking to improve on that performance with VR Jagadish in the saddle. He calls the shots, trained by Vijay Singh, who was coming into this race on the back of a win in the N. Karanjawala Cup Division 2 on the 25th of February in Kolkata, would be looking for a win here too, with winning jockey Neeraj Raval on his back.
Keeping company on the outside as they head past the 900-meter marker is Zadul, and running back to the stages eternally. Back to the leader, and it's a Hidden Soldier, just the leader from Down Dilly Dally. He calls the shots, Magical Dancer. Then comes Rum Runner in close attendance. Further back is Golden Diamond. Erdemar is the one which is hugging the rails. Juno in between runners. Zarrul, Golden Diamond, and backbend. Then comes the next is Eternally as they take the turn and taken up for the final run. And little over 500 to travel in this NM Lingaraju Memorial Trophy, and Hidden Soldier comes to know first leader. Down Deadly Dally was the one which grabs the issue on the outside. Magical Dancer, he calls the shots. Rum Runner has been produced about 4 wide off the fence, and even more wide on the outside is Alvarez, but he calls the shots on the outside. Down Dilly Dally towards the rail side. These two are battling it out. He calls the shots. Travels the better of the two. Then comes the Magical Dancer getting into the act towards the rail side, but he calls the shot for Magical Dancer. Magical Dancer, he calls the shots. Magical Dancer has won it from here. He calls the shots. That's the 1 and 2 for this NM Lingaraju Memorial Trophy. Behind them will be Down Dilly Dally, Erdemar, Rum Runner, Virat for the back, his Hidden Soldier Juno. Then comes Alvarez.
Samar Singh trained Magical Dancer brought off the biggest upset of the day by winning this race. Magical Dancer got a good run along the rails, and the 5-year-old gelding produced a powerful effort to stave off the late rally of Kolkata challenger. He calls the shots. Don't Dilly Dally was third.
Start as orders, and off they go for the NM Lingaraju Memorial Trophy. Losing about 2 lengths at the start was first step. Hidden Soldier leads this field by about a length and a quarter in front of Down Dilly Dally. Magical Dancer, he calls the shots on the outside. Magical Dancer, he calls the shots. Rum Runner has been produced about 4 wide off the fence, and even more wide on the outside is Alvarez, but he calls the shots on the outside. Down Dilly Dally towards the rail side. These two are battling it out. He calls the shots. Travels the better of the two. Then comes the Magical Dancer getting into the act towards the rail side, but he calls the shots for Magical Dancer. Magical Dancer, he calls the shots. Magical Dancer has won it from here.
The feature event of Sunday's Bangalore races was the Maharaja's Gold Cup over 2,200 meters and had 10 horses of 4 years old and over in the parade ring. The race had an open look about it, though the overwhelming belief was that Captain Morgan, trained by SS Ataulahi and had Pete Trevor on his back, who was essaying a more suitable trip, would have a stronger say over Matthias, trained by Pacey Schroff, who had finished ahead of him in the head-to-head encounter on the last occasion. Other than Captain Morgan, there was no strong favourite in the race. Jockey Imran Khan, who came as a substitute for the injured Suraj Naredu, on Who Makes the Rules, had the progeny of Multidimensional dictate the pace at a good clip even as the rest was spaced out. Seradine, trained by Bharat Singh, had a disappointing 7th in the Krishna Raja Wadiyar Cup on the 11th of June, and would be looking to improve on that performance with PS Chauhan in the saddle.
So they're racing now for the Maharaja's Girl Cup 2017. A lovely even break by all the 10 runners. Who makes the rules has taken over the running from Hall of Famer. Then this Cadman is on the outside. Matthias in the center. Jersey Wonder Serendine. Supreme General comes in next. After that, there another 2 lengths behind there is Star Nijinsky. After that, there's Salazar. About 4 lengths further behind there is Captain Morgan. Back to the leader as they approach the mile mark, and now it's the Kolkata Monsoon Derby winner who makes the rules, who leads this field by about a length and a half in front of Cadman. Then there's the Indian Derby winner, Hall of Famer. Serendine comes in next. After that is Matthias, and then making a forward move from the outside. There's Jersey Wonder. Supreme General comes in next as across the 14. A length behind there is the Hyderabad Derby winner, Star Nijinsky. Then the South India Derby winner, Salazar. And 3 lengths behind, bringing up the rear, there is the Stayers Cup winner, Captain Morgan. Back to the leader who makes the rules, continues to lead this field as they cross the halfway stage by about a length in front of Cadman. Serendine and Hall of Famer together. Then there is a Jersey Wonder. Matthias is still tucked in nicely along the rails. After that, there is Supreme General, Star Nijinsky. Still in second last, there is Salazar. And last of all, there is Captain Morgan as they approach the 700. Who makes the rules in a start to finish attempt in this Maharaja's Gold Cup continues to lead this field with Cadman chasing all the way. Hall of Famer, then comes Serendine. Jersey Wonder. After that, there's Matthias still in about 6th there along the rails there. Then there's Supreme General. After that, there's Salazar looking for the shortest way. Captain Morgan and Star Nijinsky, the widest of all, with about 300 left in the Maharaja's Gold Cup. Who makes the rules? Hall of Famer coming up with a good run, and so is Serendine on the wider outside. After that, there is Supreme General, and here comes Captain Morgan with a terrific burst of speed, and it's going to be Captain Morgan in the center. Pokes through and goes away with the Maharaja's Gold Cup. Who makes the rules is gallantly in second. Serendine is third. After that, there is Matthias.
Who makes the rules fought on resolutely and held the lead going into the final furlong, but it was clear at this stage that he looked vulnerable, as the progeny of Admiral of the Fleet, Captain Morgan, was unleashing a powerful run, while Serendine was breathing down his neck as well. Closer home, Captain Morgan got the better of Who Makes the Rules, who had attempted to win the race end to end to win the race comfortably.
They're racing now for the Maharaja's Girl Cup 2017. A lovely even break by all the 10 runners. Who makes the rules has taken over the running from Hall of Famer. Then this Cadman is on the outside. Matthias in the center. Jersey Wonder Serendine. And Star Nijinsky, the widest of all, with about 300 left in the Maharaja's Gold Cup. Who makes the rules? Hall of Famer coming up with a good run, and so is Serendine on the wider outside. After that, there is Supreme General, and here comes Captain Morgan with a terrific burst of speed, and it's going to be Captain Morgan in the center. Pokes through and goes away with the Maharaja's Gold Cup. Who makes the rules is gallantly in second. Serendine is third. After that, there is Matthias.
Up next was the Marinaesco Memorial Cup, a Class 2 race over 1200 meters and had 11 horses on the card. From Arjun Mangalorkar's yard was Antanara Revo, who was third in the D. Kumar Siddhanna Memorial Cup over 1200 meters on the 10th of June and would be looking for a winning spot here with S. John holding the reins. Fabulous touch trained by S. Ganpati, who had a disappointing 9th in the Y.S. Surender Memorial Cup over 1200 meters on the 18th of June, would be looking to improve on that performance with Akshay Kumar in the saddle.
Behind is Lord Darlington. A close last is Queen Credible as they begin to negotiate the men and straighten up for the final run-in. Fabulous touch is the leader towards the rail side. Just about a neck up in front of cheerleader. In between down is Saridi. Back behind them towards the rail side is Duke of Clarence, Zafran, Antin. Then we have another half length behind is Bulgarian, Lord Darlington, Zafran being produced about 5 wide and Anthony River. but inside the final 200 meters, and it's still Fabulous Touch now kicking on gamely by about a length and 3/4 to 2 in front of Duke of Clarence, who's now on, which is catching up. Antananarivo looking good down the centre. Then comes the other runners of Lord Darlington, Zafran, but Antananarivo slipped into the lead and is going to lift this Marinaesco Memorial Cup from Fabulous Touch, Duke of Clarence. Then comes the other runners of Zafran, Queen Credible, Bulgarian, Lord Darlington. Right behind there was Shan Benari, top striker, cheerleader, Eniaplastus Tarini.
Arjun Mangalorkar train Antananarivo scored an impressive win in the 1200 meters Marinaesco Memorial Cup, a race for horses rated 45 to 65, finding all the spaces in the home stretch while making her foray from the back of the field. Fabulous Touch held on to the second place ahead of Duke of Clarence.
Star as orders and off they go for the Marinaesco Memorial Cup, and as they settle down to race, going into the early lead is Fabulous Touch, the leader, by about a length in front of Tarini in second. Cheerleader is the one which is travelling on the outside, now comes and takes for the running. So Cheerleader is the new leader, travelling about 2 off the fence from Lord Darlington. Zafran being produced about 5 wide, and Antananarivo, but inside the final 200 meters, and it's still Fabulous Touch now kicking on gamely by about a length and 3/4 to 2 in front of Duke of Clarence, who's now on, which is catching up. Antananarivo looking good down the centre. Then comes the other runners of Lord Darlington, Zafran, but Antananarivo slipped into the lead and is going to lift this Marinaesco Memorial Cup from Fabulous Touch.
That's all we have for you in this episode of The Winning Post. Remember, if you've missed anything at all, you can always catch it on our YouTube channel. Also, do follow Mohit Lalwani for his tips on Twitter. And we'll see you next week. Until then, goodbye and may the horse be with you.